Hello, my friends. As you can see, I'm back in the office today. All right, so let's see. I was looking at some of the comments. Thank you, everyone that comments down in the comment section. Somebody said, hey, could you show us a video about cut and fill calculations? How to get the true Revit topo to show existing conditions and new conditions and a schedule that shows exactly how many cubic yards or cubic feet of dirt is leaving the site or being brought to the site or being moved around the site. Okay, so that's what we're going to do today, cut and fill. All right, so I'm going to share my screen, and here we are in Revit. Okay, here we are in Revit. All right, so here's what I want to do. We all know that here's my little building that I have sitting on the site, and the site is an existing site. Okay, so if I click on it and we look over at the properties, it is phase created existing, and I'm going to set it to never be demolished, ever, ever, never. It's going to stay the same. Okay, this is how we typically draw stuff. We build a site in Revit, and I even named the site right here in one of the properties. You can give it a name, and I called it existing. Okay, so here she is sitting there. If I go to a 3D view called existing, the only thing that's existing is the site. Okay, that makes sense because the building's not there yet. All right. And so all I did was I duplicated the 3D view and I set the phase to existing and to show complete. And bam, you get the existing site only in this view. But when I go to 3D, I can see the new stuff here because the phase is new construction. And I didn't put a phase filter on this. I could put a phase filter on it to show complete, whatever. Okay, the site is showing me what it needs to show because it's existing and the building's new. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get on to the cut and fill. Okay, so let's suppose that next to this little building, we need to cut out some of this dirt over here to create a parking lot area. Okay, so what you do in Revit is you don't just click on the existing site and hit edit surface, because then you would be editing the existing and you wouldn't know what was cut and what was filled because there's a single object. But in Revit, there needs to be two objects so it can check itself and see the changes between the two. So here's how you proceed. You don't have to select anything beforehand. You just go up to the tabs, not collaborate, massing and site tab, and click on it. And you'll see one of the buttons here near the far right is graded region. Okay, this initiates the cut and fill process. And I'll show you what dialog box pops up when I click that. Bing. Okay, let's just read this really fast and not go too fast. It says, it wants you to select a topo surface to grade, because you may have several topo surfaces in your project. But in mine, I only have one, so that makes it easy. And then it asks us, how would we like to edit it? Now, if you click this top button, what it does is it makes a exact duplicate of your site, and then you can manipulate it. That's the way we're going to go. The other way is that it just creates a new topo surface, and it only uses the perimeter points so that you can, instead of manipulating the existing contours, you can draw all new ones, which sometimes you'll want to do that. But I'm planning on clicking on this top button, create a new topo surface. Now, when I click it, watch what happens. Think it created a brand new topo surface. It happened so fast that you didn't see it. But watch this. If I go to click on this topo surface, look at the phase it's created in. It's not the existing one. It is new construction. So I'm going to change the name of it to new. Okay. So it's new. And the phase that's going to be demolished is none. Okay. And what it does, it instantly throws me into the editing mode of this surface, okay? But if I say I'm done, basically I've got, and I'll go to existing site. There's the existing site. And if I click on that one, let's check the name of it. Yep, existing. Look what it did. It switched the demolished to being demolished in the new construction. It did that behind the scenes because it knows it's going to do a cut fill calculation. It has to get rid of the existing so that new dirt can be there. Okay, I'm just saying, it switched that for us. And so this is my existing site, and this 3D view is new. So I should, if I make a schedule that shows the cut and fill between these two, I should have 0 cubic feet of dirt being moved. So let's do that. And then we're going to change the site, the new, and we're going to watch the cut and fill calculations change. So here's what you do. You go up to view and you click on schedules, okay? And schedules and quantities. And from this dialog, we're going to scroll all the way down to topography. And I'm going to change this topography schedule to be topography cut/fill. It's a cut fill schedule, okay? So I'm going to say, okay. And now for the different fields. Since I named the two, one was existing and one is new, I'm going to write down the name. I want to see the name, okay? Now I want to see the cut over there and the fill over there. And silence your cell phones. Excuse me. Silence your cell phones because people will text you or call you right when you're trying to make a video. Okay. There's another one on here that I want to use. It's another available field called net cut and fill. I'm going to put that over. Okay. So I'm going to hit OK, and we're going to look at this. Okay. There it is. The new site is showing 0 cut, 0 fill. And so the net cut and fill is 0. You guys with me? That was fairly easy. So we're done. Thank you for watching. No, wait. Let's do some modification of the site and see it update on this schedule. So we're going to go to 3D. Okay. So here we are. I'm going to click on the new construction, and you can just verify it. Verify that your new construction. It's right here. And then I'm going to hit edit surface. Okay. So I'm going to orbit around to the top of this thing. In fact, you can hit the over here in this, I forget what this thing's called. It is a view cube. You can click on the word top, and it brings you down top-down view, so you can be accurate here. So what we want is to create a parking area here. So we're going to cut. This site is fairly flat, and then it kicks up a hill here. And these points, if I click on one of these points, it tells me what its elevation is. So these points all across here are zeros. See that? It's holding 0 and it kicks up to like 10 feet at the back. So I'm going to hit place a point right there. Place a point at the top. And I'm going to place a point that is 0. Whoops, not 1. 0 also. I'm going to reroute 0 into this mountain. So here we go. Watch this. 0 goes click, 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 click. I'm clicking. And you will see. Okay. Now, you may see some things going on here that you don't like. You're like, okay, I see that it leveled off the site, but how come the contour 0 is taking a shortcut across there? How come it's not following those dots? Well, in Revit, the contours that don't have specific dots for them equalize themselves. You'll notice that there's equal spacing on all these contours from 0 all the way up to 10 because there's no intermittent line. So if I put a 1, if I want the 1 contour to follow closer, it will push the 0 over to reconnect to these dots. And I'll show you. I'm going to click on place a point. I'm going to change it to 1 foot. And now look, the 1 line wants to come to here, 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 here. Do you see how that's working? And so it pushed the 1 up. It's also happening down here. So the 1 contour, I'm going to force the 1 to follow up like that. Okay. But now look, the 2 is falling behind a little bit. So I just add a 2, and I can force the 2 to be a little more compliant there. And same with over here, 2, 2, 2. There we go. That's good enough, okay? So, and these are like abandoned zeros. You can delete them. You can highlight it and hit the delete key, okay? On the keyboard, just delete. They're not pulling the contour line to them, so you don't need them. Okay, so what we've got here is we have rerouted 0, and we would put parking over here now for a couple cars, and we've cut a bunch of dirt out of the site, okay? So if I hit finish and we look at this thing, look at this. Would you just look at it? I mean, just look at that. That is a cut site, and if I go to existing, it's straight. You guys with me? Bing. So what do you think is going to happen when I go to the cut fill schedule? Correct. It's going to update all my fields for me. So look at this. Over 7,800 cubic feet of dirt are cut out. 56 cubic feet are filled in because when I did the little bumps on the 3D, it added a little bit of dirt there. 56 cubic feet is not much. So the net cut and fill is I have to remove 7,800 cubic feet off of the site and go deposit it somewhere. But what if I make myself let's go back to the 3D. What if I made a couple berms, like a landscaping berm? So I could take some of that dirt and put it into a berm, okay? And reuse it somewhere on the site so I don't have to go sell it or move it completely off the site. Let's just move it to somewhere on the site, okay? So I'm going to swing around the top view of this thing again. Let's just look around and think for a good place where we need a berm. Let's just say over here on the left side, we're going to make ourselves a big old berm. Okay. So I'm going to click the site. I'm going to say edit surface. Okay. So this is, let me see what this back. Let me place a point. I'm going to move a bunch of dirt over and make a nice big berm on the left, a landscaping berm on the left. So I'm going to say, oh my goodness, 6-foot berm blocking me from the next door project. Okay. So I'm going to I got 6 feet of elevation here, and I'm going to go la 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 la. Okay. And so now I am causing dirt. This is the 6. There's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. I'm pushing dirt up on the side of my building. Bad idea, Mike. So how about I place 0 points around my building so that dirt doesn't pile up on the building? So I can say 0 here, 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 here. So I can route 0 around my building. And it gets a little bit of a kink in it here because Revit is trying to go straight from this dot to that dot, and it's kind of fighting it a little bit. So I can either get rid of one of these dots to kind of even this up a little bit, or add more dots. So I'm going to say add more zeros. And if I want to clean this up, there's a 6 maybe across there. Watch this. I'm going to say 6 foot right there. That helps clean it up a little bit. But from 0 to 6, if I put another one out here, it'll start helping this a little bit. I'm being serious. It'll help this contour to not be so jaggedy. So let's just say 3. Somewhere in the center, we need about a 3 foot. So if I put in something reasonable, like a 3-footer, let's get the 3 to go that way. So see how it pushed the contours and it evens them out a little bit? So you can add some intermediate points to help mold your site. So look at this. We've got now a berm over here on the left and a flat site still. And my civil guy is probably going to get really mad at me because it's still flowing toward the building. But you get the point. We're showing cut and fill here. So we took dirt from this side of the site and we moved it over to this side of the site. Existing still shows normal. 3D shows, wait for it. Look at that. Would you just look at it? Look at that. We've got a nice berm, landscaping berm on the left. We could do a lot more, but I'm going to go to the cut and fill schedule. And you're going to notice that we're down to only, we actually have to add 754 cubic feet to the site to make this work. Well, let's even that out. Let's not make the berm so big. This is just how it works, guys. Let's go to 3D and look at this. I'm going to spin around at the top view. Let's hit edit surface and let's watch this. I'm going to grab these contours and I'm going to move them up a little bit and then check my topography, my cut fill. I still have 654 cubic feet existing site. No, 30. So maybe the hill, I'm going to grab all those. I'm going to take them down to 5. So it's only a 5-foot hill. Now what? We're putting back 200. We have to see negative. It means we still have to take 275 cubic feet off the site because I came down an entire foot. I'm telling you, you can manipulate this thing. If I take this thing up, what? Let's take this up. Let's take half of it. Look at this. I'll take half of it. Like the back half. I'll take the back half up to 6 feet. Okay. I'm going to take this back half and run it up to 6. Okay. So it created a little 6 contour. And I'll grab this 1 and kind of move it over here. So we've got a 5 and a 6. Now let's just check our cut and fill. 36 cubic feet. So you could keep messing with this until no dirt leaves the site. But I'm telling you, finish, you can manipulate your site with cut and fill so that you're just moving dirt around. It saves a lot of money not having to buy fill dirt and not having to haul dirt off of the site. Even it out. Anyway, that is how cut and fill works on your project. Just wanted you to see it for yourself. An existing site it duplicates itself when you go through that process of clicking graded region, okay? And it creates a brand new site object, which you can give a name like I did. And then you can, anyway, you can see it in the topo cut and fill schedule. It shows you exactly how much cut's happening, how much fill's happening, and how much has to leave or be added to the site. Anyway, that's all I wanted to tell you guys. So I hope you guys saw some value in how the cut and fill works. Try it on your projects. Make yourself a schedule so that you can see it and manipulate it. You can save a lot of money not having to just haul dirt off of the site or buy dirt and bring it. Move it around, and that's the process of cut and fill. I honestly hope that helps you guys in some way. If you still have questions about this, contact me in the comments below and we'll go from there. All right. Well, until further ado, until we meet again, happy Reviting. Bye-bye.